Hey there, how's it going? Welcome back to another Route 24 video. February is over, it is now March, so 2019 is rolling right along. If you were a little disappointed with the amount of games that came out in February, don't worry, March has quite a few. What we've done here is we've just taken a small selection of what games I think you should be excited for in the coming weeks. So let's go ahead, let's jump right in. These are a few highlights from the Japanese release schedule in March 2019. It looks like March is off to a pretty good start when Dead or Alive 6 comes out on the 1st. It is releasing on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so you do get a pretty good selection of platforms to enjoy the game on. Now, Dead or Alive is a fighting game series that's known for a lot of things, and one of them is its fighting system, of course. I actually do unironically recommend Dead or Alive. If you haven't played it, it's a pretty good fighting game that's easy to get into, but if you put the time into it, you'll find that there's a lot more complexities to the system. Yes, the game does have fan service, so if you're into that, then there's a lot to enjoy. But even if that's not your thing, if you can put that aside, it's a pretty good fighting game to discover. Releasing on the 8th is Devil May Cry 5 on the PS4, PC, and Xbox One, so again, you do get a pretty good selection of platforms to enjoy the game on. Now, this game is not a sequel to the Ninja 3 developed DMC, and whether or not you're upset by that, I guess, well, depends on whether or not you like that game. The game picks up a couple years from the end of 4, so you do get to enjoy, I guess, an older Dante and older Nero with a shorter haircut and one less Devilbringer arm. You also get one new character, so I guess you get 3 protagonists. They're right there on the cover. Each one has their own playstyle, so I think you get a pretty good mix of combat styles in the game. If you like this kind of high-speed action, you should definitely give this a look. Chances are, though, if you are a fan of that kind of combat, you've already played a Devil May Cry game, so maybe you're already looking forward to this. I haven't been paying too much attention to this, but looking at the trailers now, this game looks really good, and I think I will be picking this up. Releasing on March 14th is Destiny Connect on the PS4 and the Switch. Now, this is a Nippon Ichi software game. Now, NAS always comes out with a bunch of stuff every year, and they're always kind of unique, like a unique art style, unique kind of gameplay, and Destiny Connect is no different. When I saw the first trailer a couple months ago, it immediately piqued my interest because it didn't really have that typical anime look to it. It kind of has a more of a Western influence, and you can see that almost immediately. And that's really cool to see. Like, I like to see Japanese developers kind of branch out. As to how it plays, though, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I think it should be alright. I think NAS, the games usually aren't too bad, so you can't go too wrong. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. Also releasing on the 14th is Piece Worldseeker for the PS4. Now, there's a lot of Jump games, and I think a bunch of these games come out every year, so it's kind of like clockwork. As to how they actually are as games, I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they're like fine, competent, good games. And I know One Piece has a ton of fans. That's a really big fan base, obviously. It has to keep going for all these years. Now, I've actually never seen One Piece, never read One Piece. I know that's kind of weird, maybe to hear. I mean, I've seen other Jump anime, like, don't get me wrong, but just not One Piece. This game is an open world game, actually, so that's kind of cool. A little bit different, not quite just a fighting game or just a straight kind of adventure game. If you've ever wanted to experience the One Piece world, but as an open world game, then now is your chance. This is it. One Piece Worldseeker. 1 week later, on the 20th, is Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon Everybody. Now, that's not everybody, but that's everybody. I guess you'll have to kind of see the title to understand. This is a remake of Final Fantasy Fable's Chocobo Dungeon. Now, the buddy from the title comes from the brand new edition of the buddy system. Very clever, Square. I see what you did there. If you missed out on the original game when it came out like 10 years ago on the Wii, now you can check it out. You get a brand new overhaul in terms of visuals. You get the buddy system. If you like dungeon crawlers and you like chocobos, then there you go. This is it. This is a chocobo dungeon crawler. JRPG fans have another game to look forward to. Releasing on the same day is Atelier Luluwa. Now, this is the 4th game in the Arlen trilogy of Atelier games. Now, I guess it's not a trilogy anymore now that, well, it has a 4 in it. If you liked the other 3 from that storyline and you like those protagonists, you could enjoy, I guess, what is an older version of those characters. They are in this game. And Verona is a mother now. How crazy is that? Just in case you didn't get enough Dead or Alive from the beginning of the month, you can check out Dead or Alive Xtreme 3 Scarlet when it comes out on the 20th for the Switch and the PS4. Now this is in the kind of extreme, I guess, set of games. So they're not fighting games. They're more akin to just, I guess, minigame collections. I don't know, swimsuit simulator maybe? If you know what these are, then you know what they are. If you don't know what they are, then I guess you can kind of just look at the footage on screen and you'll get the general idea. If girls in swimsuits aren't really your thing, then you can check out Super Robot Tyson T when that comes out on the same platform, PS4 and Switch, on the same day, on the 20th. This is, of course, another Super Robot Tyson game, so if you know what those games are, then this is more of that. This is a collection of a bunch of mechs from a bunch of different franchises just coming together for some awesome strategic mech action. And rounding things out on the 22nd is Sakura Shadows Die on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now this is a brand new game from Software. It's a weird thing to say, from Software. And published by Activision, actually. So it's kind of a weird collaboration of companies, I think. When I first saw those two companies on the same box, that really threw me off guard. If you're curious to see what they can do when partnered with Activision, then I guess it would be a good idea to keep an eye out for this game when it comes out at the end of the month. From Software is a company that's known for a bunch of games, actually, and depending on who you ask, they're kind of hit or miss, but they're well known for Armored Core and some franchise called Dark Souls. Just kidding. Yeah, if you're a fan of Dark Souls, then I think it would be a really good idea to keep an eye out for this. It looks really good. It has a really interesting kind of world feel to it, and like a bunch of other people, I'm curious to know how far they can take it when they have Activision to back them. Alright, well that's going to do it for the games in March, I think. If there's a game I missed and you think I should have mentioned, go ahead, let me know what it was, leave a comment down below. You can also leave a comment and tell me what you're interested in playing from the games that I did mention. If you have some extra time, go ahead, head on over to the channel page, and maybe you'll find another video to enjoy. If you like Japanese games, JRPGs, that kind of stuff, that's pretty much all we play in the channel. So hopefully there'll be something there for you. But as always, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again. Take care.